need to plant much of it to give me a nice amount of money coming in for it. Whether or not that's going to pan out as an advantage or benefit or actually help me win this competition, I don't know. I will find out. So with the rest of you. Provided you stick around and watch the competition. Otherwise, if you're not, you're never going to know, and you probably don't care, because yeah, if you did, you'd stick around and watch it. I'm just thinking, what would I need? With the equipment I've got now, would I need to keep it all? Probably do, just in case I need to adjust. There's another crop I know that would be really, really good to have. Which in that case I would need all of my equipment I've got now. The other one I don't really need all of it. Have I finished? Here's the contracts. Not quite. Have now. More money. Give it to me, honey. Give me my money. Another 11 grand. Look at that. What's next? You field 10 all the way up the other end. No. Where are you? You're closer, aren't you, to where I am? Let's take that one. Less travelling and get straight into it. Yeah, it's just right next to the field I'm on. Ah, and there's a bridge there I can take. With any luck, these lines are set up perfectly. Oh, they pretty much are, aren't they? Look at that. It's going to be a lot of cotton harvest this time, Dave, because we've got a lot of contracts to sow cotton and they're on the big fields. I think this is cotton. The one I just did was cotton as well. Yeah. Provided, at the moment, I don't know if that's one of the ones that Giant thinking about fixing. So provided we're able to get the cotton harvest done before they do the update, and the update is pretty much ready to go, I would imagine, because Mr. Smudo would bring his copy from Giants. He's already got the opportunity to do the update, but he can't because the server, I'm on a dedicated server now in case you didn't know. The dedicated server hasn't updated yet. Steam hasn't got an update yet. So I'm guessing it's just the ones that own the Giants copy of Farming Sim got the new update. Did you get new? Oh no, you haven't updated it. Never mind. Forget that question, Smudo. Not that I really asked it, but just forget it.
Forget what? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The update for Farming Sim. You've already got the option to download it. Hi. This internet's a bit funny because there's a big storm over Northern Europe apparently. Mind you, you probably hear them okay, it's just my hearing. So yeah, it's possibly that update comes out in the next couple of days, I think, for Steam and stuff. Most likely. Once I get back to work, which will be possibly in about 4 hours, they'll get back to work. Giants. Then Monday will start. They're on the same time zone as you, aren't they? Their headquarters?
Yeah.
Well, they got two, haven't they? They got one in England and one in, aren't they a Swiss company? Switzerland?
They have one in Switzerland and one in Germany.
Yeah, they've got one in England as well.
It is quite possible.
Yeah, I'm sort of worried about that. But what I'll do, if it does do that and you need a new save game, because you haven't joined any fields, have you, Smudo?
Not yet, no.
No, so what we can do is I can start a new game and just bring over the other bits and pieces, and maybe we can come in at some stage and well, Smudo and Patrio can do what they need to do if they need to do anything of the items and that. As long as we haven't done any sort of changes to the farm, the terrain or anything like that, we should be alright.
One, two. Well, two. One where the barn was, and one on the exit of the farm towards field 41.
Yeah, we can always come in and fix that up. Won't take that long. Nitrado. I finished that one ages ago, I did. What else we got? That'll be closer, surely. Yeah, I went with Nitrado. I was going to go with G Portal because Duck's got G Portal and G Portal was a lot cheaper than Nitrado. When he first told me about it, I went and looked at the prices and it was a lot cheaper. I'd rather stick with Nitrado because I sort of know Nitrado a bit better looking after when I was looking after the server for Frisco. But I went and just when I went to grab it on Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, one of the days, I had a wee look again at the price because I thought, how much is the difference? Because I don't know with G Portal if I can have a link to all the mods and all that kind of stuff, and they've changed their prices. They were absolutely cheaper. For 3 months, they were almost $10 cheaper, Nitrado was, than G Portal. And they also had a discount special for Valentine's, so I ended up getting another 25% off. What? Nitrado was cheaper than G Portal.
No, didn't you say it was before G Portal was cheaper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said Nitrado must have dropped their prices because they're cheaper now. By a long shot. So yeah, and I got an extra 25% discount because of the thing. So I've got it for 3 months, thanks to the generosity of Aussie Cocky who gave me a donation. So that's what that was used for. Having a dedicated server. Then we had a whole pile of issues yesterday. The refresh contracts doesn't work with the dedicated server. It's okay with peer-to-peer, but not a dedicated server. Didn't seem to like it. And that is the big part of that mod, probably the most important mod for this competition. So we didn't have much to do, had a few issues, forgot a few mods. So I had to jump out yesterday and add some mods and stuff because I was uploading mods and I was uploading like 20 of them at a time, and I did 20 and I had a thing saying, oh, there was a timeout error or something when I was uploading them, and I had a look and it looked like most of them went on there, and I didn't know which one hadn't gone on or had gone on. I wasn't sure, so yeah, it was only until I came in here yesterday and we found a whole bunch of missing mods, and all the way through the stream there would be, oh, where's that mod gone? Where's that mod? So I added them, So and because of the refresh contracts and work, we didn't have many contracts to do. It was rather slow. A slow and boring stream yesterday, I imagine, watching, and not very exciting to play because there's nothing much to do. I spent most of the time just standing around doing nothing, so I just alternated between the guys that were doing something, showing them off, putting them on the stream. Yeah, so I was lucky enough to remember a mod that came out a while ago to do with contracts, which is sort of a combination between multiple missions, which is what I got, so you can have more than 3 missions, contracts at once, and the refresh contract one. So I decided I'll give that a go, and that one works really well. That one works really well on this. We've got a ton of contracts. Instead of hitting a refresh button, it automatically updates it every 15 minutes, in-game minute time, not real minutes. Yeah, every farm can have up to 100 contracts on the go at once, so there's a limit of that, and you can have 150, which is weird. You're allowed 100 contracts per farm, but the most it will have it available is 150, as long as the maps has 150 fields. So I think it's like the old mod we had with 19, where it added contracts to fields that aren't in the map itself as contract fields.
It's not an issue for the base game map though, because all the fields get contracts. As far as I'm aware.
I haven't come across any, have you? Any issues? With contracts, because I've been doing them on all my saves as well. Oh, you don't have to transfer credits across, so Dave. Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate the offer, but you don't have to do that. No, it should be alright. Like I said, I got it for 90 days, 3 months. I got a good deal on it, which was pretty good. So, and hopefully by then I might get some Twitch money to come in to keep it going. Yeah, we're still limited to 2 contracts at a time. Ooh, and my other one's done. Is he still going? No, you can stop, you can stop, you can stop. Right, I had him on course play, so I don't need that anymore, thank you. And I can click that, so what have we got left? Ah, what's that? Nice, that's the best part. Yep. And I can grab another one of these, which I'll grab, stuff, but I'll grab that. It's a distance, but that'll be fine. I mean, it's up to you, mate. I'm not going to say no to free stuff, but, you know, I'm not going to encourage anyone to give me free stuff. Please no. But, yeah, I would be an idiot to say no to free stuff if you really, really want to give it to me. At the end of the day, it's your choice. And I'll appreciate it, that's for sure. But, yeah, no, I don't expect it, nor do I encourage it. If you know what I mean. So what's that? So field 39 for sowing. What field am I on? Oh, so that's just over there. Where am I? Oh, 32. I wonder if I can just get Courseplay to do it, drive it over. Field 39, where are you? There. Right, create job. Target position will be, let's say here. Field position will be there. We will keep it as is with 3 headlands. Everything's smooth. It's big enough. I think I should be able to get away with that. Generate the course. Course is generated. Start the job. Please go there. Or not. There we go. Right. Do us a favour, Giants AI. Actually get to the destination. That'll be really kind of you. Right, field 10. So I don't have to worry about it.
Aren't you expecting a bit much?
Hey, I was asking. I wasn't expecting. I'm not expecting it. If I was expecting it, I would never have asked to try. We're going to meet up at this intersection, aren't we? Oh no, he's going to beat me. There he is. Oh, pull out in front. Oh, hey, I've got a comedian for a worker. I like you, mate. You got a good sense of humour. I'll give you a pay rise. Oh, I need some fuel. It's really got auto drives. Where's my auto drives settings? Automatically fuel. Not repairing, just refueling. Jeez. I better check. Hopefully that's global. Otherwise I've got to check my other one, make sure that isn't on automatic repairing as well.
I explain why my tractor had a maintenance cost when I set it off on a drive.
I'm 16 grand away from $200,000 here. Yeah, problem I think with the server, it doesn't remember the settings, Patrio, I think, because I'm sure I turned that off yesterday. So it's something I've got to keep an eye on, try and remember. It should keep the settings. Unless I wasn't an admin when I did it. Maybe that's what the issue is, got to make sure you're an admin. Maybe. But I also don't know if it's global settings. I think with Course-Pay it's obviously not global, it's per tractor, so maybe auto drive's the same. I need a 90 degrees, don't I? There it is. Due east. It's not quite. Okay. Move over a bit. Try and line it up with the yellow lines. Not quite. Move it over a bit more. How about there? No. A lot more. How about there? No. A little bit more. How about there? No. A little bit more. How about there? That'll do. Actually, my tractor's not that bad. I'm using that mod that came out in the mod hub where you can adjust the repair type state, well, how quickly it needs a repair and the cost for them, the same with the paint, and how quickly the paint wears out and how much the paint is. Not on this, on my solo games. I've set it to 25 percent less, well 75%, because it starts off at 100, which is the default cost, and wear speed or whatever it is. Oh, I've still got a course load into this one. Look at that. So, and it's quite neat. I like it. Just reduce the cost a little bit, not go overboard with it, and just reduce the wear down. Because I think they wear a little too quick, especially the paint. In fact, I might have put the paint further down than 75%, because I think it wears out way too quick. I think I put the cost at 75% instead of 100, and I must have done that with the repair, but probably with the paint I might have gone 50%. Yeah, it just wears down way too quick. Wears out the paint. In this game, a little too fast, I feel. Oh, once again, if there's anyone new watching and wants to know what the competition is, if you type an !farm into chat, that'll give you all the details. But basically, we all started with absolutely nothing, no money, no assets, nothing like that, and we're going to keep going until everything is bought, all the lands, all the fields. There we go, there's GeForce Experience, as usual again, at the same time, roughly about 4:10 in the afternoon. Yeah, and then after all that's been bought, the last thing's been bought, field, production, whatever it is, land, we do a year and then sell everything off, and the one with the most money wins. My undying gratitude for turning up and playing. But there are some little do's and don'ts within that rule. Try and keep it realistic. We try not to drive over fields. There's going to be some unrealistic, but yeah. I mean, try not to drive over fields, take shortcuts like that and stuff like. Because we caught someone doing it. I won't say who, will I, Smudo? But
I'm not driving over fields.
So yeah, one thing we can't do is can't buy lands with loans or have a loan outstanding. You can use a loan to buy equipment or buildings, but just not fields. So if you want to buy a field like me, I had a loan to buy all the equipment so I don't have to worry about it later. But I don't have a farm because I had to pay off the loan first, and now I've got to save up and it's finished. Save up and pay it with my own cash. And I've got my little location I want in my head. Keep that close to my chest. And what do we got here? Grab that one. And yeah, I just got to save up for it and then figure out the best way to use my farm to make it lots and lots of money. Okay, so I'm going to the whoa, watch where you going. Going to the field next to me other worker. So yeah. So if you want a bit more detail, just type an !farm into chat and that'll give you the detail for the rules and stuff. There he is, Mr. Moneybags, the current leader of this competition. Al Smudo. We've got 45 minutes to go. Well, I cracked $200,000. Now, with my balance there, for anyone who had that balance, the answer would be yes, I'll do it in 10 minutes. But it's me. So it's anyone's guess. Oh, I'm doing this one, the one I herbicide. I killed things on it, now I've got to come here and make things live better. This one I won't need because I don't have the big arms, I don't have my wings, so I can probably do this. Oh, that was pretty close, isn't it? Not a bad guess. I can do this just straight up and down without doing a headland.
Suddenly I realised how much I don't multitask. Saw a blue tractor down the road thinking, oh hey, who's got a blue tractor? Oh wait, that's my worker.
Also, if anyone's watching and sees something on the screen that looks like a mod and interested in knowing what it is, feel free to type it into the chat. I'll let you know what it is and where to get it. It's not on the mod hub. Then I'll try and throw a link in for it. I know where I get most of them. I stick with the sites that I know that are reliable, that don't have stolen mods on it. Well, they do actually, some of them, but that some of them they police it, some of them they don't care. So the sites I use, they police them if there is the odd one there, but mostly I double check myself. Always double check by checking the name of the uploader and the name in the credits for the mod. If they match up, I grab it. But I mean, there's only probably a couple of mods you can see at the moment. Apart, I mean, you probably don't realise I've got the Stevie fertiliser on, so but we've got Stevie mods here, and the cedar over there, right over there. And the Stevie mods, which you can get from Stevie's Facebook page. And if you aren't aware of Stevie takes all the giants and vehicles and just adds a bit more capacity to them, ups the speed a little bit of them. And he also does some really good maps. Currently at the moment he's got an edit of this. A really good edit of this map, to the point that I don't like playing this map standard. It's not as nice as Stevie. Stevie does really good maps if you've never seen him. He comes out with his own maps as well, but generally when there's a new version of the game, he'll start off with the edit of the map. He did the edit of the European map in 19, and that was a real nice edit as well. The one he's done for this, it is really nice, but it's not his usual quality, and the reason is because he actually used it as a learning tool to see how the new Giants engine works and stuff like that. But he is adding updates and stuff like that. He's got an update to the map ready to go. He's just waiting for Giants patch to come out because he needs the fixes that they've got to be implemented into the game before he releases that. But he will come out with other maps, and he always comes up with some really good maps. But the other map, you can see the inspector mod up there on the top left, sorry, and then I've got the enhanced vehicle. Those are the only mods you really can see on the screen. I do have another one, which if I do that, will come up, which is a production mod, which when the production gets to a certain level, like a day left or something, with production left in the whatever it is, it'll let you know. So it's not there all the time, and you can hide it with Control P as well. So it won't tell you all the time what's got what. If you put something, say, in the spinnery, like some wool in the spinnery, it won't tell you that there's wool in the spinnery. You already know because you put it in there yourself, but it will tell you when there's only a day's worth of wool left in it, and it will come up and let you know. Alright, so that's another one done. Next. Getting a bit on the low pain side of things now, aren't we? I've got my fertiliser, I'll stick with that. So field 58. Where would you be, sir? 58. Come on, put your hand up all the way down there. I've also got course pay of auto drive. You know, I'm sure if you played farming sim, you'd know what course pay. Course pay's been around for donkey's years. At least if you haven't used it, you at least heard of it. I can tell you in FS22, it wasn't the easiest mod to figure out to use. It's a really good mod because it does all the field work and stuff, and you could use it to drive from A to B and deliver crop and whatnot. Unload harvesters and take it to your silo or wherever you're selling and all that kind of stuff. With FS22, it's a lot easier to use. The old HUD was a bit hard to figure out, but they've added it into the menu using the Giant's new thing with deliveries and whatnot. So it's definitely, I'd say, 1,000 times easier to use. But they have dropped a few things you used to be able to do, like emptying the harvester, because auto drive does it. And auto drive was around on 17. I wasn't aware of it until 19. I used it all the way through 19, but yeah, because they work together, the devs of auto drive and courseplay. The courseplay devs decided, since auto drive does the unloading and delivering from a harvester, that they're not going to add that into their courseplay thing anymore, because they can spend the time to sort out other things and do other things with courseplay. So you can use auto drive to do that, picking up straw off the field and driving from A to B and all that kind of stuff. And I think auto drive is a lot better to use, easier to set up than courseplay ever was anyway, as of doing that. Auto drive doesn't do field work, it's just basically an A to B thing and be able to deliver, unload, yeah, things like that, as well as automatically go along and repair your vehicle. If it's a certain state, you can set what percentage you want that done, and same with filling up the vehicle with diesel. So like I said, if you're interested in any of those mods, you haven't seen them before, you like the look of them, want a link to them, let me know and I can put it into chat for you. Or you can wait. Courseplay will eventually come out on the mod hub, it normally does, but usually you've got to wait quite a while. I forgot to snap. And auto drive, same thing, will eventually come out on mod hub as well. It did it did in 19, so I assume it will come out in 22. Which I don't think that would be far away, because Courseplay is still getting updates quite regularly. In fact, I was getting them every day, basically. They were having updates for it. Which they normally do. They every time the new FS comes out, they've always got regular updates because they had to redo it with the new one. But that sort of, so I haven't had an update in a couple of days. So they might be slowing it down, which means that they've got it right. We're getting it there anyway. In auto drive, there hasn't been an update for it for a month or so. And the good thing now is, I think there was a few. There's lots of old courseplay tutorials. That'll give you a sort of the basics how it works. But I'm assuming there's always a ton of courseplay. There was a couple in 15, there was a few more in 17, there was a lot more in 19. So I imagine there'll be a lot more courseplay tutorials coming out for 22. And auto drive, there was none for 17. Well, I only found the one that was in German. And but I just watched what he was pressing and what it would do on the screen to figure it out. Obviously, I can't speak German. And then in 19 there was a few people, in fact a couple of people that used to do a lot of cosplay courses. They did a few auto drive tutorials, but they were very small, very limited tutorials, didn't really give you a good understanding. And what I don't like about that, and same with the cosplay course tutorial,